and gentlemen. All right, September 18th, Community Appearance Board call to order. Roll call, Ms. Gordon.
Here.
Mr. Edens.
Here.
Mr. Langdale.
Here.
Mr. Jerem.
Here.
Mr. Nezra.
Here.
Mr. Jumper.
Here.
Ms. Booth.
Here.
I am here, and we are missing Mr. Hubbard.
Yep.
Yep.
He did contact me.
All right. Has everybody had a chance to review the minutes from the last meeting?
Yes, a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion, Mr. Edens, second, Ms. Gordon. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. All right, looks like we got quite a few amendments to today's agenda.
Yes, sir. We'll roll through them under the condemnation permit applications number 1, Bell Harbor, withdrawn by staff. Flipping over to the building, this would be second page, Forest Dunes, withdrawn by staff. Number 5, Oyer Residence, withdrawn by staff. Number 9, Parkview Phase 2, withdrawn by staff. Number 11, Sugar Life, withdrawn by staff. Number 12, Dunkin' Donuts here. There was a error in the original agenda listed as conceptual, but it actually is here for a final. Number 13, Tiny Home. That one was reduced to a conceptual by staff. Number 14, Crow's Nest. It was a revision by the applicant, changed it from 7 floors to 6 floors, but that is also a conceptual, and the last one's a conceptual.
Thank you. All right, just a reminder to everybody in the audience, we are live on YouTube still as well. So, all right, when we call your item, you'll come up, you'll sign in on the podium, we'll swear you in, and then you can present your item. First up, Salty Sugar Greek Bistro. Name for the record.
Jessica Schweiers, and sign up.
Swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes. Okay, so we propose to do a storefront sign that's made of dimensional acrylic and a tenant panel that is white acrylic with high-performance translucent vinyl.
So the yellow is actually yellow.
Yes, it's yellow. It will be translucent vinyl, and it's to match the existing style of the sign.
Is it that bright of a yellow? Or is that
It's a
extra
little,
saturated?
yeah, it's extra saturated on that, but it's, would you like to pass this around?
Is there another option? Yeah.
This is their branding and their logo, so we just went with what their trademark
I
is.
think
It's a little much.
It's too.
The yellow seems a lot more bright on the bill.
It's too saturated. It needs to be softer, I think.
Okay, so a softer yellow?
Yeah.
I was gonna say no yellow on the
maybe
building,
white.
maybe allow it on the freestanding sign, since you got the full colored panels on the freestanding sign.
So do you think it's just too bright on here or the storefront, or could we keep it the storefront that bright, or are you looking for all of the yellow?
If I remember correctly, Jersey Mike's is just channel letters and DeViglio's is channel letters as well, or
I believe they're acrylic?
or acrylic, just,
Yes.
they don't have the backer panel.
Correct, it's non-lighted
Yeah.
dimensional acrylic.
So I think this sign needs to, for the building signage, needs to kind of fit with the other tenants in there in that same regard, so
Okay.
removing that yellow backer.
Okay, would you be okay with the colors as existing, like a white background? Would you prefer that versus the yellow?
There's a panel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, white.
Wow. Neighborhood.
I do that all the time.
Trying to go back on vacation again, aren't you?
Can't see through the trees.
The customer's very specific on his colors, but of course, we'll do what you guys recommend. It needs to be a lighter yellow.
I think we need to
Push
see
that.
the yellow.
So the other colors on all the other signs kind of match the building, the yellow clashes.
Okay, sure.
So really it needs to be a little more harmonious with the building. I think even look at that light blue that's in the middle of the eye, it fits really well with it. But if you want to go with a yellow, you got to find a better yellow.
Yes, it's the eagle eye. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're going to go with the yellow, you need to find a better yellow. Bring
Okay,
it
sure.
back to us. And then I would recommend that you also, the letters are to 3/16, you need to go to at least a half inch.
Okay, yes, of course, we could do that, no problem. Would we be able to have this approved with the edits, or do I need to come back and
We
resubmit?
have to see that
We
yellow.
need to
Yeah.
see that.
Okay, sure.
Would you like to withdraw this application, or would you like us to give you a denial so you can go back to?
What would be the
Your
most efficient way?
Well, if we give you a denial, then you cannot come back in with this exact same design, but you're going to need to change the yellow and all anyway, so it doesn't really matter. You're going
Okay.
to have a different application regardless, so
Okay.
either way, it's just kind of your option, which makes it better for you and your client.
I could definitely take it back and say that this is what the city recommends, and then I could resubmit to you guys and bring a sample.
That would be better.
Sure.
Would that be better?
That'd be best.
Okay, sure.
All right,
Thank you.
so withdraw?
Sure. Thank you, guys.
Do you want your copy back?
Sure.
Oh, she can bring that yellow as well. I'm not going to sit here and say that yellow may not be fine once we see it, but
Well, it's actually pretty matches. The acrylic is really bright.
yeah. So
Okay, thank you, guys.
Boots and bikinis? Let's open a little more, a little more subtle.
Right.
Name for the record?
Kylie Beckman, Seaworth.
Swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Okay, yeah. We are basically replacing Southern Living with the exact same type of sign, just changing boots and bikinis. It looks a little bit more pink on here. They want just a rose gold brassy color, which is harder for me to match. But I want to see y'all's opinion on that with it, because it's inside of Market Common. We can go darker, almost replacing what Southern Living has with the
color
color.
so much, but I think you're definitely a little too thin on those letters as well. In fact, I'd like them to be almost as dimensional as what you're replacing, perhaps even 1 inch, and perhaps even pin mounted.
Okay.
There's a really heavy crown there and some nice detailing that I don't want to flatten out.
Yeah, the Southern Living is done very well.
Yep.
Just for clarification on staff's view, into it, most of the signs out there in Market Common are channel letters or some kind of very highly dimensional letter.
Which is what I'm saying, it needs to be higher dimension for sure.
Okay.
Um,
This one, they just wanted to add their logo somewhere. That's all we're adding that really for.
And that has-
Classic, just, and also so you see.
That
going
old
down
Southern
the
Living is not channel, right? It's still just dimensional.
line. It's-
No, it's backlit.
It's back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
backlit,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
It's pin mounted.
Like a backlit pin mount.
Yeah. But your blade sign is sandblasted, is that right?
It's got some-
Yeah.
It's got
Your
some-
blade sign is nice.
Big,
Yeah.
Your blade
Those are-
sign is
yeah,
nice.
those are big letters.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a backlit channel pin
Yeah.
mount.
So do you,
Something
1 inch
similar
or
to
maybe
that.
1.5?
Man, that's a 3 or 4 inch
Yeah.
channel there that
Yeah,
you're taking
those
off,
are heavy.
so
Okay.
I think you really need a channel letter there,
You might as well go
which
with
is
channel.
everything else.
Okay.
Everything's channel letter.
And then
Everybody okay with the
most of,
colors?
most of the blade signs through there are they boxes like that, or are they HDU sandblasted signs?
This
There's
is
a-
That is sandblasted.
But
That's
there's
what
no
you said.
flat ones, they're all either dimensional in back or they're HD.
That's sandblasted?
It doesn't look
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that looks good.
Would you like to split?
I mean, do we need to see the channel list come back if it's the same look, just specs? Yes? Let's make a motion to split.
Second.
Would you be able to get a match of the color of the rose gold that you're trying to?
I can. I kind of wanted to see y'all's opinion on how we felt about the rose gold inside Market Common. If,
I think it depends on how it comes
yeah,
out.
okay.
Does
Yeah.
that-
There's nothing really similar to that color down
Does
there.
that affect how you do your HDU sign?
No, not at all. Because we're not using that
Because I mean,
color in there, so.
on your HDU sign, you're having black letters, and this is rose gold letters.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you would want to see it as a total package.
I rescind
Yeah.
my motion to split.
I think so.
We can make the letter black, or we can match what Southern Living currently has. They don't have much of a branding
I think you
package,
need
so
to see
they're
it
not
as a
saying.
total package, and then, I mean, I'm still hesitant on the colors. It just depends on what it turns out, what you bring in front of us
At the moment in time. Is the color that we're seeing on the building above and where the colors in the panels below, is that more like rose gold to you?
No,
No, there is no rose gold.
There's
No, I mean the colors down there, is that kind of the color you're talking
Are
about?
we talking about
that's
this?
red.
No, over on this one.
No, that's just the enhanced.
Yeah, but what is that? What are those, brick?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, it's a
It's
it's a
a-
red brick, okay.
That's the red brick, that's a reflection of the glass from the building across the street.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I think rose gold is preferable to that color if I, but you're gonna need to sample.
Yeah, I mean, knowing that you can't explain it, that's
Yeah.
one we need to see.
No, I agree.
And once again, if you may want, if it looks really good, you may want to use that same color on the blade sign
Blade sign?
as well, so.
The reason
Yeah.
I did the blade sign, those colors, and just kept did the accents that way is because going down that, where like Chico's, is the next one you really see, and then, I wanna say Bijuju, Bijuju is very similar to that, where it has the black, white, like, yeah, Salmi,
But your color in the boots, would that have been rose gold?
it's more of a light pink, yeah. Light pink, and the teal's not as bright as it seems on there. It's more of the same kind of, yeah, that's where I was trying to mimic the black with the, try to keep it.
Yeah. Try to bring your colors.
Mhm.
That's a hard color to take on faith.
Right, it is.
Withdraw or deny?
Withdrawal. Yeah, withdrawal's fine.
Withdraw.
That's fine.
Withdraw.
Yeah, withdrawal's fine.
Thank you. You got beach golf cart?
We want to use what we can out of that, since we did that, but
There's nothing, Mr. Goes.
Okay, you wanna
They are
use-
doing similar to what we told them to do from the last meeting,
That's true.
from taking it all from the one capsule and spacing it out.
Right.
So,
I have a problem that every font in there is a totally different size in order to make it fit. It's being pressured by
Yeah.
the inability to move that circle. Golf carts one size, rentals another, beaches another, it's not really good.
trust me.
It's, yeah.
Funny enough, I presented this to them thinking they weren't gonna really choose this one. They were like, that one's the best one. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
Yeah.
So how?
Do you have another
Yeah.
thing in your mind
So
of how you can make that
the-
work?
Yeah.
Original was using only the circle,
Mm-hmm.
but I felt the adding the beach golf cart inside the circle was too squished.
Yeah.
That was the first thing they brought us last time.
Yeah. Right. That we don't
Right.
want. Yeah.
And yeah, I felt that was too squished. The problem is fitting the beach in the golf cart, but it'd be odd having, like splitting it up.
I want to ask, and it may exceed the sign size limit with the way that it's arranged,
Yes.
but the other thing you could potentially look at is put beach above the circle and then separate golf cart on each side of it with the rental sales
Right.
underneath to
Yeah.
balance it even more.
When I did play around with that, I just felt it was really,
Too close to the.
yeah.
Yeah. it's
Did
possible.
we discuss why this box couldn't be moved? Is it something?
We can, it's just gonna be,
I mean, if you move it to the side, you have plenty of room to
Yeah.
get
You
everything
can do it
on the
all
other
in.
side.
Yes.
well,
And it makes much more sense.
It
we
does.
don't even have to keep the circle. If we're gonna move it, they'd rather
Don't open
just
that can of
remove it.
worms because we're good.
If they're gonna move it, they'd rather just completely
Well,
remove it.
that's fine too.
It's not centered in.
It doesn't look.
That's what
centered.
throws it off too. because
It
it's-
doesn't look centered, but it might be, I don't know.
It's centered to the actual building, but because of where the garage and the door is, it's not.
Okay.
I think we'll have to go ahead and deny that one.
Okay.
60485, please.
Second.
All right,
Okay.
motion, Mr. Nazara, second, Mr. Edens. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. You want me to give you the spiel?
You can if you want, so I can just.
For the record, so your application's been denied.
Yeah.
If you think the board has erred in its decision, you can seek relief from the courts, or you can resubmit a different request at our next meeting or any future meeting. I think you've heard the comments from the board as far as the concerns over the sign, so if you need any further guidance.
You think the best thing is just remove the circle? I think
So is-
I mean,
So it's
Probably
not
the
blue.
easiest.
yeah,
It-
that's,
it's definitely the easiest thing, but part of me is I like the circle because it adds some character to
Building
the
Right.
is
sign.
blue in one picture.
Yeah. Is the building
It's-
blue or
it's,
white?
it's very
That's
washed
the
out.
sign.
Yeah,
I think
Just the sun?
yeah, it's that, the color hasn't changed,
Oh, okay, so it is blue.
yes.
I like the design in the circle, it enhances the
I
overall
do
sign.
agree.
It doesn't
I
work
like
with
I think
the
it just
rest of the
needs to-
There you go,
components.
that's the bit,
It
that's
needs
the
to
bit.
move all the way to the left,
Yes,
and then all your words can go to the right of it.
yes.
okay. So keep the circle just, alright.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sorry, say that again?
Snow date's the 22nd for October 2nd.
Raza chicken,
So for Raza Chicken, they just reached out to Darius a few minutes ago. They said they cannot be here, but they would like to go.
She's here.
She's here.
Oh, well then,
Okay, you are here.
okay.
I'm Jessica, I'm the manager for Brass Chicken.
alright,
and-
need you to sign in real quick, and you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yep.
Alright.
So as y'all can tell, we're located in Colombia and we're trying to open it here at the restaurant on Myrtle Beach. So our plan is to have this sign with our logo in front of the business. The total height will be 12 feet. As you can tell, there is 96 by 48. The color will be red and orange. Those are our colors over there in Colombia. But of course, we're waiting for an approval from y'all, and we're open to hear any opinions, decisions.
I like your font and your fire logo, but why did you use the flat letters, no dimension?
It's a sign box.
It's just a flat.
Yeah, I'm just working with one.
It's taller than 12.
Because
shorter than
we
this.
don't really approve signs with just flat letters, we'll need something with dimension from you. Yes.
So,
To be honest with you, the poles themselves also
Yeah.
present the challenge for us. Usually when we're redoing a sign this way and in this part of the town, we go to a monument sign.
okay.
So we essentially ask that the entire sign be a monument. I'm sure the staff can work with you on
Yes.
saying what it is, but essentially wrapping the poles with a cabinet or something like that.
So
would be
y'all
appropriate.
suggested for
Big
us
problem
to,
on that.
Yeah, something more like that,
something
yes.
like that.
Yeah.
Okay, one more question. What do you think about these colors? This is the one located in Colombia. That one, as you can see, the background is red. Would you like it to be the same, or do you want me to have the
This is the
white
one
one?
that painted the outside?
Yes,
Yeah.
orange.
Orange?
Like the
right, so
orange.
orange.
Yeah, the band.
I like the white background.
Yeah, it reads, I think it reads a little better with the white background.
Yeah,
White?
I think it
Yeah.
reads better, yeah.
like the white.
What about the stands, like the poles?
Well, I
Do you
mean,
want
they
it to
could be,
white?
they could be black with kind of, well, once you do a monument, you're not gonna really have too much of a
Correct.
pole, because you're gonna have landscaping and you're gonna have
Wrap the whole thing.
structure.
Yeah, I think what they're trying to relay to you, normally at that point, they want the poles have a wrapping around it,
Of course.
like a cover.
And what color do you want it to be?
I think there's room in there for accent colors, but I think all of it being red is a little much. But really, as long as you make it look good, feel free to bring it over here if you like it, and we'll give you our opinion on it.
Yeah, since the background's, of the sign is going to be white, then you could go with your colors if you wish.
Okay, I'm not really sure.
Any reason you can't keep it down 10 feet or below?
I think certainly.
I don't think there's any sight triangle issues there, so you should be able to bring it down.
Where are we at on this area? Height-wise?
That's Century
Well,
21.
Century
That's
21 is
way back.
actually a little taller.
Yeah, it looks tall.
Yeah.
12 feet.
It's probably
I think
12.
It's fine.
It's a weird part of the road.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Century was a multi-tenant originally.
Eagles,
I don't have a problem
Eagles
with
past
that.
that is actually lower,
Yes.
so,
Mhm, it is.
well, I mean,
Queen's
once
lower.
again, they're
Dairy Queen.
reworking,
It's very
they're
low.
Yeah, Dairy
reworking the
Queen.
steel regardless, so
Yeah,
taking another 2 foot off of it,
it's not gonna hurt.
I think we could
it's
bring it
the
down.
same labor they're gonna have to do, and it actually reduces the size of the wrap below it.
Yes.
Because you don't want this whole big black or red blob
Cabin.
Right.
at the bottom
Right.
as well. So I think taking it down to the
And I think
10
this one's-
will actually get you right underneath the canopy of a lot of those trees down through
You
there as
actually have
well.
better visibility.
So you'll have
Would-
better
Yeah,
visibility.
it would.
So we're recommending to be down to 10 or 12?
10.
10?
So like, you see the Century 21 kind of logo right there on your sign? So go back one.
Yeah, not that.
You see how that sign, you can't even see the sign due to the tree right there? So by dropping it down to 10 foot, probably help.
All right.
Okay, I make a motion to deny 604.85, please.
Second.
All right. I'm sorry, that was a motion by Mr. Eden, second by Mr. Langdale. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? So moved. All right, so the application was denied based on all the comments we've given you. If you get your application changed and resubmitted by Monday the 22nd, which is next Monday, you can be on our next agenda for October 2nd.
Okay.
All right?
Appreciate it.
Any more questions for us?
Thank
All right,
you.
Thank you. Are you going to have any building signage coming before us in the near future?
For me?
Yes.
No. It's just gonna be that sign.
Okay,
Thank
that
you.
helps, thank you. All right, Papa John's.
Yep.
Name for the record,
Kim Hess?
swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes. We're replacing the existing cabinet with channel letters to white channel letter set on a raceway, and they're removing the existing freestanding sign.
And you're doing this in white,
Mm-hmm.
In white.
and you doing this because you feel it will read better?
New Papa John's logo.
Yeah, it's the
Oh,
new
it's
Papa
new.
John's brand.
Are the returns black or is everything white?
I think right now there's,
707's Papa John's just got redone, and they were in red letters for some reason.
They're all that?
They're red letters. like
And how did you,
the original Papa John's.
what did you think of that?
I think it reads better than the white in my opinion, but
Yeah.
Well, the white's gonna require some black returns.
the
and some black
illumination
border.
is red and green. So Papa will illuminate in red, and John's will illuminate in green.
oh, that's a handy piece of
Really?
information.
Definitely.
No, that's kind of odd.
Do you have a picture of it, Liz, so we can kind of see what?
No,
you're
they just
proposing?
show a light pattern on, I think probably the next page that they show.
Is it enough?
That's probably in there.
It's an application.
It's turning into a rough day for science.
I was gonna say, we're really struggling, we're struggling. It's in the water.
So, just,
Ooh,
yeah.
So the J is even red?
should be, I think it should be green. I didn't design this
That's
personally.
interesting.
Yeah, it is.
I'll just make a motion to deny.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I second.
All right, motion Mr. Jerem, second Mr. Edens.
So if it's all white, is that okay?
Well, so this is their new logo, and you say the one in.
You're gonna need this denial to go back to them.
Yes.
Let's
What
finish this
number you
first.
want?
60485.
Five.
All right,
So-
any further discussion?
Wait, so you said, you're saying, Mr. Chairman, you're saying that the one in Central is red,
Yeah, it's red channel letters. Red face,
Like
red
that
returns.
with the white,
And
with
it
the
doesn't-
white lightning?
Yep,
Like,
And it
that's
doesn't
pretty.
change color,
it does
correct?
not change color.
yeah,
But
that looks
I'm also
good.
okay with white if it's clearly defined by a border and the returns being completely contrast
But not
to
two
white,
different
but
colors.
not all white and not two totally different colors.
Yeah,
Then the other thing is, I know that we've had the shopping center ahead of, in front of us a few times, and we've talked about the roof.
yeah, that really,
Anyone
Painted.
recall
bad.
what was addressed there with the roof? What was the decision? Because I know we've dealt with it before.
We've had a lot of things going on with that building.
yeah, we have. Or you all have.
Talking about there's a unit behind it we dealt with.
That's right.
All right, before we go, any further discussion amongst the board? All in favor of the denial?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. All right, so this application's been denied based on some of the reasons that you've heard. it needs to be a more cohesive sign, not two different colors. It needs to be a little bit better defined than all white during the daytime. So,
Can they do either red or the green returns
I think.
if they use the white faces?
Might be open to a red face with green returns.
But look at the monument sign, it's a freestanding red.
They're removing.
The freestanding is being
Oh, that's
removed.
going away?
Yeah.
Oh,
They're going
okay,
away.
okay.
That is a big plus.
Yeah. that's-
I like that.
Like that.
Yeah, I
Like I
think
said, that's their new logo that I've seen on several different
Then
stores.
you put it on
dropping
that pink roof.
Kind of clashes, yeah. with-
Yeah,
Roof.
that's the only problem I'm having with is the color of the roof and the color of the letters.
John's to step up, I wanna repaint the roof.
Well, now that would be not a bad thing, but that's, y'all willing to paint the whole building?
We could use it.
Alright. Anything
Can
else?
can you bring us some options, or could you bring us an option, second option? maybe?
Yeah, I mean, I can go back to the customer. I just wanted to see, I don't want wasted effort, so if we have either our red or green returns with the white faces, okay, as one option, and then the all red sign as option two?
I think we've kind of given you what is preferable and what we feel is the best, but yeah, you have to go back to your customer and you have to make that decision, of course.
Okay,
I would say the returns plus bordering, not just returns.
right, the trim cap and the trim cap, okay.
On the red and the purple with the carpet.
Once again, I
Yeah.
don't know what's still standard for Papa John's these days, so
Yeah.
when you ask that question, they may have a different option
Right.
for you as a secondary or third option, so just get two of them from them.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next up will be Chick-fil-A. Recuse myself, Mr. Jerem.
Yes, sir. Chick-fil-A.
Jason Browning.
Stephanie Lewis.
Okay, both y'all swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay. Who wants to lead off?
I will. So this is a new construction for a Chick-fil-A. It is going in Lot 2 of the current under construction 29th Avenue Commercial development. The address for this site will be 3201 Empire Drive. It is a 1.59 acre parcel, 4,800 plus square foot building. The required parking would be, per code, would be 49 spaces. We are providing 66. Dumpster enclosure in the bottom left. It is landscaped per code. So, we're here to answer any questions the board may have related to site or building.
I guess the question is the color renderings that we have, not these, but there's one in there in the packet.
These.
Yeah, they're a little bright.
Yeah.
It's overly saturated
Is
because
it?
of the TV screen. If you go to, I believe it's, yeah, there you go. It's Glengarry's brick. They are a more muted brick color.
So I tell you, I did a quick search online for the new versions of the buildings, and there are two out there. One is a little more contrasty, closer to white on top, closer to brown on the bottom.
Uh-huh.
And one has got a really yellow tone throughout.
Okay.
And I'm trying to figure out which one we're approaching here with this, because.
It is
we
more
are
of a
fast.
cream colored brick than a yellow. I would describe it personally.
You mean
Matt,
the,
would you mind doing a quick search to see what? Don't think that's.
okay,
Is
there's
it closer to the one y'all have on 22, or is that, do you know?
Scroll down.
I don't know. I haven't seen that location. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
that one's kind of yellowish or
Keep
creamyish.
scrolling, I'll show you which one.
White.
That, well,
White and
that
red.
white is probably closer, but this is much more red than the proposed brick.
So you all don't have one particular
That's-
So
standard?
that's the one that's more white and a darker contrast.
Yeah, I would say that second image there is the closest.
The second one down?
That one.
Oh, okay.
It's definitely more appropriate than what, so this is one, I'm sorry for doing this, but this is one that I found that kind of resembles the rendering. Kind of hoping that that's not it.
No, and that is much more yellow than what we're
So
proposing.
we are talking about this color
Yes,
scheme.
correct.
Okay, all right, very good. Big difference from
This board mostly appearance. So talk about your landscaping, the building materials, the site layout is good, but the dumpster, that's what the canopy, the drive-through canopy, that's what they're here to review.
Sure. So, could you go to the landscaping sheet? I mean, it is planted with native species primarily. We are really, our plan was to screen well, so the perimeter is heavily planted. As you know, like I said, that site is under construction, so it has pretty much been cleared. And we're right up against Robert Grissom. So this is Grissom Parkway, so along the bottom, be heavily planted with rows and layers of ground cover, low to medium shrubs, and then trees. Double planting the tree islands. Again, we are trying to go with more coastal materials and native species.
There's just a couple of points I wanted to point out, a couple of things I wanted to point out. We're having a real hard time with river birds around here, and birds disease, and
Okay.
also the heat. So if you can find a replacement for that particular
Sure.
tree, you only have 3. Now, I didn't do the calculation. I don't know if you have more trees than you need to, but if you do, you could always change that to white crepe myrtle, which we do not count as a tree, or some other upper story tree. And then I think, when you indicated sod, what did you indicate your sod as? I think it was maybe fescue.
Yes.
You need to probably go with zoysia.
Zoysia?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think everything else, I like your use of your plant material, the grasses and everything. I really like the way you used them. I thought that was very nice.
And at this point, Stephanie, anything you wanted to add?
Yeah, if you want to just go to the renderings, I can talk to some of those the materiality. So, like I said earlier, that this appears a little more yellow just because of the screen. All the coping, the downspouts, and the canopy are black anodized aluminum to provide that contrast with the brick. There's not a whole lot of materials here. So everything is that dark, well, it's dark bronze. It appears black from far away, but it is a dark bronze in color.
Man, I emailed you the photos if that matters.
The doors and windows are bronze.
Correct. And the canopy is above.
Is there no other location for your dumpster location? Being so far away
Yeah.
from the property,
It's
that's the only,
It's awkward.
Well, yeah, a lot of the issue is just with servicing it. With the drive-through, wrapping the building, and it was how would it be serviced by the actual trucks.
part of the thing we think about is also the usability of it for the employees to be able to walk
Sure,
all the way across
sure.
the parking lot and the drive-throughs, whereas right above it, if you scroll up a bit, you have a you have a walkway or crosswalk right to that area where the utilities are, that if you could have worked it out to be there, one, it'd be further away from Grissom, which is a huge plus for me, and two, it'd be much closer to the building.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you can make that work, but that definitely would be a preferable location for the dumpster.
Can you show the outline of the canopy? I'm sorry, I'm up here.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
So
Solid line here.
yeah, and again, just in full transparency with the board, the site did have 2 canopies as was originally submitted. You had the bill delivery canopy at the top, which is there, and there was an order point canopy, which is only denied. We are planning to seek a variance for that, and with the hardship being, the way zoning is reviewing this is we have 3 street frontages, so there's a 30-foot setback on all 3 frontages, and what we know is going in next door is a gas station, which their canopy only is required to be 10-foot setback from the property line, so we're claiming that as a hardship. That essentially, a gas station canopy is going to be allowed to be 10 feet from the property line, where our order point canopy, which is much smaller, blends in more, would be 30 feet, required to be 30 feet from the setback. So I did want to get that in front of the board. Obviously, we removed it to try to get in and have this conversation, but the plan would be to go seek a variance for that. If that is approved, then at that point, we would come back in for approval of solely that canopy.
And those canopies, of course, are because Chick-fil-A has personnel outside. They prefer for their employees to be out of the weather and covered. They also have fans and heaters to keep them comfortable.
Well, they
Let's
have
assume the variance is granted, how far would it be off the property line, off of the Robert
Yeah.
Grissom Parkway?
Do you-
I think the dimensional was about 12 feet to the front side of the canopy.
12 feet, okay.
And that's property line, which is not far off the right of way.
That was right away over on Griffin Street, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think that would be a problem,
No, I don't think so at
on
all.
our end at least.
And the canopy, again, at that point would look exactly like the mail delivery canopy, same materials.
No, I
same
feel-
design.
At least
Same materials.
visually, as we're speaking of it, I don't think we would have
Sure,
a problem.
sure.
Would it go all the way to the building? Would it be connected?
No,
to the
no, it
building?
would be a freestanding.
Okay.
It does really help the way your all's business is and the way everything works. I think it works well. And I think we would have a problem.
Sure.
This is a conceptual final, so
Yep.
keep that in mind.
So there's no modifying the dumpster
So
site.
if we approve it, yes, correct.
Um,
Yeah, the site.
Y'all normally have kind of suggestions for sign placement, just to give you an idea, their freestanding sign placements down here. They haven't proposed signage yet, but just, I've noticed some trees and
It would probably be some directional signs on the entrance and the,
Correct, small, parking lot, typical, directional signage. There will be, 2 building signages, but again, that'll all come in with the signage package.
What
And-
street is your entry coming from?
Yeah, what-
It is under construction currently, and that is gonna be
So this
Empire
street right
Drive.
there.
Oh,
Right.
our entry is off Empire Drive.
Yeah,
at
so
the-
you would come in
That's the
this way.
only entrance.
Correct.
One inch.
Empire Drive will
Connects
make
to
a,
29th
will make a
Avenue.
quarter turn, Empire Drive will have entrance off Robert Grissom and 29th Avenue.
Okay.
and it services all of the parcels.
That's correct.
I mean, they have it pretty landscaped in with,
It's
and then you have the
pretty good.
signage there too, so. The only negative, I guess, is you're walking across the
Yeah.
whole parking lot to get to it, but, you know.
It's really buttoned up nicely, it's a nice project, and
Yeah.
I'd hate to
It
hold
really
it up
is.
because of the dumpster.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
would you please take another look at it, if you're able to make something work, bring it back in front of us,
Well,
if that's something.
again, my only question would be, how does that work? I mean, would that just have to be a separate submittal for new dumpster location if this
Oh, you
site
want
is
it moved on the
approved?
site?
Yeah, the
I'd like
dumpster
it to
itself
at
is
least
good.
explore it to see if possible to move it off
If
of
we can
Grissom
get Lord
Parkway.
Grissom.
Is it possible
And it's a long
to?
way.
if they approve it, they can build it. If you want to look at it, then you need to count that for your.
I don't think it's worth holding up the whole project. I'll make the motion to approve the project as presented.
Are you modifying the landscape plan?
Just with the river birch and the.
Could we do approve
And the
as
chart.
noted, and we'll make those changes
Yes.
to the landscape?
Yes, that's fine.
But
Sure.
I definitely want to stress that we're talking about the lighter color scheme, and
Correct,
shared it with
correct.
Anthony, he's more than welcome to share it with you as well, not the yellow building.
Yes.
Correct.
And we'll leave the dumpster location up to you. If you find another location, bring it back, we would be happy to.
Again, I understand if you approve it, there's, the board has no way to.
Recourse whatsoever, but I mean,
but
it's
we
just
will
a suggestion
study-
of how to make it
We
better.
will study
Yeah.
it. We'll
Yeah, and we
review
can
it.
still take that into
My,
consideration. and
my
always bring it
only
back.
comment to that area would be, that's a busy area with the meal delivery point leaving there. Again, I don't know how their dumpster is serviced, I don't know their business, but the location suggested that would be my only drawback to that area. But we will
Fair
study
enough.
it, we will study it.
Fair enough, that's my motion.
Motion, Mr. Benezza, is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Jumper, discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Motion approved. Thank you all.
Thank you very much.
It's with the exclusion of the dumpster?
No,
No.
it's still,
Okay,
As
thank
presented
you.
with the landscape notes.
yep.
Yes, sir, thank you.
So it's now part of everything's approved under this, review.
It's what?
Everything in Parkland is ready.
Way better than the Popeye.
Not that that was easier.
No, no.
One day we're gonna check the doors.
Right?
Yeah,
We're gonna take
there you
pictures
go.
out of the room.
Move to Fairfield now. All right, Fairfield by Marriott. Name for the record.
Shayla Jenkins?
Swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes.
I think comments last time were looking at the pin placement and the orientation of the colors, mainly on the parking garage.
This
and-
one does include landscaping and site modifications too that weren't previously included, so
Okay.
a little bit more to look at this one.
Yeah, with this, we were originally trying to get 3 parking places here, but with the easement, with the setback, we had to reduce it down to 2. This is just so people have a place to pull in when they go inside and check in.
The rebuilding the island.
Yeah, the
is-
island's existing, it is gonna be like redone to match with the new covered awning. And so what we have done is originally, if you remember, the building was more of this color, the main building, and we have changed the color to the darker gray to blend with the garage. And blue obviously right here, and we brought the fins around to the bottom to match with the fins on the garage. Then the other was right here. They had wanted to have it changed where we would start with the dark
Looks a lot
and
better.
then
Yeah, that looks good.
flare out to the
Looks very
lighter
good. Mhm.
on that.
And your landscape additions are great. And I appreciate the fact that you're using larger sizes. Not everyone would do that. It's very nice, thank you.
Yeah.
Make a motion to approve.
Thank you, Mr. Langdale. Second, Mr. Jumper. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? So moved. Thank you.
Thank you.
Did you second that?
I will.
Jumper.
Jumper.
Yeah. Pro Trade Shops. Gotta get him on the record as being here. Name for the record.
Ryan Harvey?
Swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
I've seen this one before, if I remember correctly, right?
I believe conceptually, yes, sir. Go back.
All right, so we got Pro Trade Shops here. Right beside Napa Auto Parts, we have a shared access easement right here. We're going ahead and build the whole road all the way through. Access for the Pro Trade Shops parking will be up here. These actually are the double as a stormwater retention basin, the gravel parking lot. So, as you can see, we have two
Wait,
different.
your gravel parking is your retention basin?
Yes, sir.
So when it rains, you gotta walk through the water?
It's 4 foot gravel.
Okay.
So we got a perforated system that brings the water out of the gravel into a, I guess what we're calling from the storm water. That's not, you're not gonna see that. I'm an engineer, so you know.
I just wanna make sure that you weren't standing in water.
It might be a good idea.
You got
I did one on a hotel.
You got a
Pretty
4 foot layer of gravel. Okay.
You put filter fat, you line the hole with filter fabric. You can't put pipe.
You welcome.
There's some.
Yeah, you open it.
They work very well.
So as you can see, we got the black mesh, the black vinyl fencing. We didn't show the vinyl PVC, which will actually be covering all this up. So you
Slats?
Oh, the slats.
Yeah, the PVC
Okay.
Oh, there we
slats.
go.
There you go. We didn't show that because so you could see the building.
Gotcha.
So, and then this is the view from the back of Napa Auto Parts. And these are the same color, but again, you're seeing the fence line that makes it look like a different color.
You're not showing the barbed wire on the fence.
No, ma'am, we're not.
Is it gonna be there?
Yes, ma'am.
Clarify the heights for me, please, because the shopping list says 8 foot.
It's an
tall.
8 foot tall fence, yes, sir. And the PVC slats will actually be 8. I think somewhere it might have said 6, but PVC slats will be 6 foot.
What's the 10.5 foot height item? What is that?
Does that include the
That's the barbed wire is gonna be about 2
Yeah,
feet.
2 feet up,
So
yeah.
8 foot fence and a 2 foot section of barbed wire?
Yeah, because they're gonna, yeah, zone warehouse manufacturing
Yeah.
and storage right there.
you do have problems with,
So for zoning, that's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, I think the building itself is gonna be very attractive, obviously.
For storage.
The barbed wire fence, I don't think you're really gonna notice it much with the distance from Grissom.
No,
and
That's why it
everything.
comes to cab.
Yeah.
probably not.
I just think your
Because
views
it's
off,
allowed.
off your views off of Grissom, off your views off of Stockholders, I mean, you're seeing the corners of those buildings.
Yeah, yeah.
You're gonna see
Black PVC.
that PVC fence with barbed wire all around that place. I mean, it's not attractive at all. It's,
Almost hate to say it, but the slats are actually gonna cause you more
More,
security
yeah.
issues
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
it just being open,
Right.
because as police and everybody else driving by can't see into the yard.
That is a requirement for a storage yard, it must have cover.
Okay, there we go.
I had to ask
Yeah,
though,
it
what
strikes
part of
me.
the storage yard is the parking is the gravel and the roads are the roads? What is this?
Yeah, this is actually, these are pavements, and this is just the gravel
So
for
the
the storage
fence
yard.
line starts in the, or basically around the gravel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
So
That's-
you can
that's
say that
storage,
the
that's not
back
parking.
is technically not.
Technically, could be
not-
storage.
yes.
The required parking is met up here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So warehouse parking is one space per 4,000 square feet.
Okay.
Cause they pull up,
No, you just don't need that much for it.
No, not
We do have the landscaping too, which is probably gonna
And then you have,
obscure a lot of
let's stay on the fence for one more second. You have roll gates right on the entrances, is that right?
Yeah,
Point
rollbacks.
where they are, go back to the site plan.
Yeah, there are,
Rollbacks.
yeah, right here,
Yeah.
these will actually, this is a swing gate
All
here.
those are swing.
This is a roll gate here,
Mhm.
which will roll up this way.
You got gates here and here too, so.
Right.
That's the storage yard.
That's
These are
fine, so
swing-
none of them actually
This
close
is
the
swing
road up,
gates.
it's just for the parking there.
Right,
So
yeah,
it's- okay.
just for the gravel areas.
Okay.
And to keep it secure as well, that, you won't be able to access the gravel without opening up the fence there.
Okay. I'm fine with the gates, I have a problem with the height, but. I think we looked at the building.
Is there a height requirement of the fence?
Yeah, I was
for
gonna ask,
storage?
I was
You
gonna
don't
ask.
have to have wire on it.
There's a maximum, but there's not a requirement to have a certain height.
But
What's
the
the
eight,
max?
the
It just has to
eight
be
is the
screened.
maximum?
I mean, you gotta have an 8-foot fence, but you don't have to have wire on it.
So the
You have
storage
to have
has
an
to be 8-foot fence.
But,
There's a setback on
but
it.
it has to have, it has to be non-see-through, it has to have something.
It's that and a landscaping requirement. It's like one tree every 20 feet.
so it has to be 8 foot tall, is there a maximum on the height of the fence?
Typically, we go by that.
So it has to have slats or some other kind of fencing that is totally obscure, all the yards, is that right?
Yeah, if you could show the landscape plan, that way you're gonna see more landscaping with like a PVC backdrop.
Of at least 6 foot height, not very
Yeah.
I got the landscape plan right here with, there it is. So obviously you'll have the fence right here, but then you'll have the landscaping out in front of
So
it.
it has to be at least 6 foot. So we could drop the fence to 6 foot with the barbed wire.
With the barbed wire on the side, oh, that would be preferable.
That'd be
Just drop
better
the
for you,
fence to
Mr.
6.
Benazir?
Yeah, or do away with the barbed wire entirely, but I'd rather have lower slats than that, yeah. 6 foot with barbed wire.
Definitely we can do 6.
Matthew, would you mind, can you enlarge the plant list for me for a second? There was something that I was going to. I guess that's, okay,
This came in before.
yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't,
Ma'am,
mi-
did you not?
I wouldn't, yeah, I wouldn't mind bringing the ligustrum up to, how many were there? 93? Well, I wish they were a little,
Excuse me.
they were a little larger, but
That's a lot of money.
I would prefer 7 gallon,
Ooh, that's a lot of them.
but it is a lot, but I mean, I'm just trying to, it is on a very,
But just think how much money you're saving by going to 6 foot fence.
yeah, there you go, thank you, thank you.
Jeff, what about the mandatas? No, they don't do well here.
Yeah, there's 55, yeah. Can you show me where those are located? Again, oh, I know what it was, the juniper.
I had to throw my glasses here.
Oh, you're fine.
you're gonna see from Grissom.
Let's go to 3-gallon Laura Pedlam, please.
If there's no place for signage on this.
And you had a juniper there. Can you tell me how many there was of those? I don't know, you specified a type or not? In the lower section of the plant list, there were, we got Eastern Reds here, Laurel Oak. Okay, that's all fine. Well, now I see you have Laura Pedlam already. Okay, now we'll change it again. Let's go to variegated pittosporum with an Nandina, then I'm good. Thank you.
You got that? Variegated pittosporum, where the Nandina was located.
Then we're good. Thank you.
I'm not a landscape architect, what was that again?
Variegated pittosporum?
Pittosporum. P-I-T-T-O-S-P-O-R-U-M.
I'm not a Latin scholar, so I can't spell that.
What was it replacing the Indian Hawker?
And Nandina.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll do that.
Okay, all the changes,
6-foot fence barbed wire with slats.
Is the barbed wire gonna be black? There's a picture of it,
This is black, I thought.
the bracket,
Just
the
the
wire.
slats are.
Let's look at the
I don't
shopping
think you get
list.
barbed wire in black.
I've never seen it, that's why I'm asking.
black photo.
Yeah, these will all be black, but I'm
Right.
pretty sure that will not be. They are. I mean, we can look and see if we can find it, which I doubt.
Oh, so you are
You
using
can get the arms in black.
black.
I don't think.
Yeah, everything will be black.
Except for that, obviously.
Yeah.
Except for that.
They were just-
Okay, motion to approve with the changes.
Please specify in there that these are slats, because on the shopping list, he's got a fabric, a fence fabric match.
Yeah,
It's
no.
gotta be the slats.
Oh,
The,
yeah.
the only place he was thinking about possibly doing any kind of fabric was around the back.
Okay, we need slats
So
over
the
there.
slats everywhere, the fabric doesn't last.
Yeah, make it consistent.
Slats don't last.
Or-
Definitely don't last.
All right, so the changes to the landscape plan.
Yes.
6-foot high fence with slats.
And the slats are continuous all the way around.
Yes, sir.
Is there any other changes?
I think that's it.
think that's that.
Yeah, I think we're good.
All right, move the motion.
Yep.
Motion, Mr. Edens, is there a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Benazro. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
And 2. So Mr. Chairman, Ms. Booth. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, zips. Next meeting.
They didn't route it till yesterday.
Good afternoon, everybody.
How are you doing? Name for the record?
Danny Welch, I'm doing great. But I don't have any bushes to review with y'all today. I don't know shit about bushes, we've been here for a long time.
Okay.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
For the next 10 minutes, I sure do.
Okay.
That's fair.
After that, again.
Start the clock.
That's right. You got 10, let's go.
After that, not for sure.
All right, so this is the old Zips down off of 501. They're trying to redo the building, try to revitalize it a little bit. So they're gonna updo the painting. That sign there on the back is already there, but we're gonna go ahead and cut off those brackets just to go ahead and remove that sign as you see right here. They want to do that red stripe that goes around because red is synonymous with the Zips brand itself, I suppose. So that's really the color kind of naturally they're trying to bring to the forefront. So we'll remove that sign there off the back. And then again, the rest of it is really just paint on the building. You'll notice the highlights and so forth here on the bottom. We've got the black, again, we've got the red stripe, and then we're continuing the black to go all the way back around. And then there's the cream base color here. So that will be painted as well. So the entire building will have a fresh coat of paint.
Okay.
Tricolor, because apparently we couldn't put any more on there, I guess.
Okay.
What about the roof? Are you doing anything with it?
The roof does stay red, yes. There are no color adjustments.
But you're not repainting it? Not
Uh,
now?
No, not right now, no, sir.
But they're painting
I think that
off
was-
the fascia of it.
That
Yeah.
That is correct.
Yeah.
What's the roof?
Red, so you're painting the fascia black,
Yeah,
the base black,
Mhm.
Correct.
That just
and
looks odd.
red band.
And
There's a lot going
and
on.
the water table's black, and then that band that's brown at the top painted the same color as the building, which will never match.
Right, and I think you notice they've got it like, so it looks like they go with all the peaks and the eaves, you know, so they're trying to, I think, leave the red on the roof to tie in the red along with the building and the canopy over here on the side, because again, that's not being touched. So, you know, by leaving the roof red, we tie in that same color to that
Brown and
canopy
paint
over.
black at the top.
The what?
The brown block at the top that you were just mentioning, they're painting black.
Yeah, that's,
No,
yes,
it shows
black, do you see the black color right here?
No, that's not where he's.
Oh, my apologies.
right below that.
The brown block right below the roof.
Oh,
That's being painted the color of the building, tan.
You want to paint it tan?
No, that's what's presented, is it's being painted as tan.
It's being painted black.
No,
I think it's black.
It's the,
Black.
No,
it's
you're
how
looking
big
at
that black
fascia.
is.
If you zoom in, that's the color.
Yeah.
That's it. It's
But
tan.
that's that brick line.
Goes brown.
That's the brick one.
Yeah,
That's that brick line.
so the brown brick goes black, the tan stays tan, and the fascia is black.
Well, the way,
Looks like it splits.
the way they're showing, it looks like it's, the
Here.
brown below that is tan.
Seth. That's the tan line. That used to be brown. That's fascia. Yeah, that line's
Yeah.
going tan.
Oh, I see the light that was going.
I see what you're talking about.
Right.
It'll never
Yeah,
match.
they make.
No, it will not, well,
Yes, it looked at it, no, he's 100% correct. If you look at the photos and you're
Yeah.
starting over here, let me use my professional finger. We got how many minutes left to line, right?
Yeah.
So this looks to all be tan,
3
and then that
minutes.
red is what they paint black. So he's correct, they're gonna bring that tan color up, but they're gonna paint that whole thing.
you got a better chance of painting that black.
Are you repainting the white part too? Like-
Yes, ma'am, they actually have the colors listed, so this is actually a fresh coat of paint, so this is not going to stay the same color, it will be freshened up as well,
Okay.
but yes, ma'am.
I'll let mine, man. You good? So that's actually brick.
Yes.
Split.
It's
Oh,
split
yeah,
face.
you'll never paint that, that cream will never, ever, ever, ever match. Never.
That's what I was saying, you got a better chance of painting it black.
Entirely unnecessary.
Yeah, I think I agree
Well, they're
with you.
showing it black.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like,
See the new building? They're not.
yeah,
new
so they're gonna
building.
paint these
White.
doors black,
Yeah, they're showing
and then
cream.
this second portion of brick
With
down
black
here
work on it?
is all gonna be
Black,
black,
black would work.
and then it'll
Is it
be
not the
I'm just asking
green.
questions.
Yeah, I think black would work.
Yeah, I don't know how you
Really?
paint split face block.
Gaudy,
I've never
doesn't really
seen it.
fit
Yeah,
the
I've never
zips
seen it
around.
down either, actually.
But that's the same thing as at the
You
bottom
painted
too,
split face
right?
block?
Steinmark.
Yes, it is the same brick on top and
Steinmark,
bottom.
that's
Okay.
smart.
Oh,
It's
it's
all
all
split
split
face
face
blocks,
blocks.
you actually
Yeah.
spray it and then 2 coats of back roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is why we hired him for the job, and I'm not I'm kidding, I'm not kidding.
Okay.
You gotta spray and back roll it.
Yeah, well, actually, you have to have that expanding.
If you,
I
if
know,
you use,
actually.
if you use a good block filler and primer on the brick, you should be able to paint it. And
But is everyone good with where all
I
the
think-
colors
I think
are
we make that.
as she's presenting?
I honestly think that the black is way too much for this building.
I agree.
Yeah.
Cuts the bottom of the building off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's also completely unnecessary in the fascia of the building, especially if red is the color for zips. I don't know
Red
why
is the
you're-
color for
Why
zips.
you're
Initially,
away from
they,
it. I mean, it's there.
You're painting brake metal, so it's going to peel faster
It's
than the roof.
completely
Well,
unnecessary.
and the
You
black-
have red everywhere, red is your color.
If you do the bottom on the black, the bottom's black, it's always gonna be dirty.
Sounds like you only wanna do the red band. And a fresh coat of paint on the tan.
Perfectly okay with
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that would be fine.
Is that a
Kinda
motion?
sounds like where you're at.
Yeah.
Perfectly okay with that.
Yeah.
so what I would like to present is we're gonna just paint this tan with one red line. No black. We can absolutely make that suggestion.
Let's
For sure.
support that.
So we're gonna leave the fascias all red, and we're just gonna do the tan from, bottom up to the top. We can
What's
paint the-
cream now would be your tan,
Yeah,
then with the red line.
yeah.
But the whole building would get a refresh.
And the door would get painted the same cream as the block,
Yes, yeah,
like it is now.
Is that a motion?
yeah, but everything
Okay
is.
with that?
Motion, I'll make a motion.
Motion,
Okay.
With whatever Mr. McCoy said there.
Yeah,
leaving all the existing red,
yes,
red stripe,
Just the
repaint
red
the
stripe.
cream, paint the door the cream.
but everything painted fresh.
And
No
then
black.
block
Existing,
on the bottom.
existing split face block that is brown remains.
Yes, yes.
Alright, that's Mr. Jerem's motion, is there a second? Second, Mr. Edens.
Perfect.
All in
I
favor?
think we got under 10, yeah?
Any opposed? So moved. There you go.
Okay, time
Thank
to.
you, thank you, appreciate it.
I'm done.
Could be worse, you could've been in the signage section.
I was fearful. You guys have a great day.
It's very fun.
Copen residents, Back. Name for the record.
John Harrer. And Rodney Martin.
Y'all swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Alright.
So basically what we're looking at here is the existing residential, just expanding the decks on the front and the rear. And we're proposing that the rear deck's coming out for about 6 feet, and then the front deck is going to come out about 20. We're still within the setbacks, and they're open decks, so we're not changing any of that. All we're doing is changing the front facade of the house for a gable, and just revinyling the house with a white vinyl and then a standing seam gray roof.
And the deck material is what?
Composite material.
Composite material?
Yes, sir.
In what color?
It's in a gray.
Gray.
Kind of a gray.
Yeah. Okay.
Like the oyster gray color.
All right.
Has there been any potential discussion on a different material than vinyl siding for potential use? It's really, it's a bit outdated and not really used on the ocean front much these days, but.
Yeah, that house has asbestos behind it. Siding on it, so like I said,
It's
it's
just
just
a-
improved the
today.
valve, but we're just trying to.
Just encapsulating the asbestos siding.
Since you asked.
That's the intent, is just to encapsulate the vinyl.
Otherwise, you get to tear it
That's
down.
the
still on
asbestos.
That's
top.
right, exactly.
Okay, so that's the intent. Which I get.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Jerem, second Mr. Edens. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved.
Thank you.
That's good.
Enhanced distribution.
I forgot to fill out the recusal form.
Is the back
Are you
page?
related or something?
Huh?
Is related or
Kind of,
something?
sort of. Twins.
Mike Benesma, swear to tell the truth, the whole truth.
Thank you.
And can we just, make it for the record that he's recusing himself?
Yeah, Mr. Benazir recused himself due to relationship matters.
This is a warehouse, buddy of mine owns on, off of Seaboard, hired someone to do stucco. Obviously, they didn't pull a permit, and this is where we are now. It's pretty much just a metal warehouse building, and he was just gonna put a stucco facade, painted in, beige color with black windows and doors.
So you don't wanna do a black water table and a black roof fascia on there?
Recommended, we don't, we're not opposed to it.
I'm kidding.
Maybe, I know.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion, Mr. Gerald, second, Mr. Edens. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Throw a little red in there too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Red stripe around.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We did a black
We're gonna
water
put
table
one around
too.
it.
Black water table, you got it all.
Intercoastal home? Intracoastal home? Name for the record?
Craig Mars, Working Designs.
Swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Central file.
Yep.
You do?
I do, I love it.
Is that the interior stairwell
It
in
is.
the middle with the glass?
It is.
Really?
Huh?
All on the water.
Sure you have your clothes on.
I love it.
That's true.
I love
Yeah,
Foxy
if you like-
there.
Yeah, if you don't like to wear clothes in the morning, you have a problem.
It's no different than Wade's house there at 60.
Right?
But it's true.
Mm-hmm, yeah, that's
Which
true.
is an iconic house in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
It is.
Would you mind explaining to me what's the breakaway louvers you got on the sides, but you don't have any in the front or the back? Like, is there actually
So it's,
unfinished space inside, or is it just an architectural element? Or is it-
So we're in an 8E flood zone,
Yeah.
but we're not in the coastal A zone.
Okay,
So we're not breakaway walls.
right.
Okay.
So the vertical louvers are all for hydrostatic venting and airflow and everything else.
And decorative.
And decorative.
Yeah.
On
Okay.
both sides of the house.
Gotcha.
And on the rear of the house, we actually have a couple of different vents, the flood vents, smart vents that we
Okay.
put on the back.
Yeah, I like the back.
There'll be small, there'll be small vents that are in that back wall. You can see them on the plan.
I mean, just out of curiosity, since you've got the louvers on the side, I mean, knowing pests and bugs and everything else the way they are, I mean, you've got solid walls on the front and the back, you're not concerned about kind of cleanliness and,
Well, there can be a screening on the inside of those louvers, as long as it allows the water to pass.
Right.
That's
you're gonna do
the
that.
game plan.
Okay.
Things like crawl in holes around here.
Amen.
Is this a spec house?
It is, actually. I think they already have a buyer lined up.
You think so?
So therefore, it's not inspected.
One more question about the front. Is there, what am I looking at in front of the tower and in front of the front door on the ground, in the bayonets? Is that a,
So originally,
yeah,
It's a reflection pool.
originally what we had is this
Looks like it.
pool, water wall, and some walking pavers in there.
Over.
But we've actually removed that. That was actually removed due to budget cuts.
so is that wall staying?
The wall stays, the water itself is not. They're not gonna have the water wall, but the wall does stay. Yes, it's gonna be
Is there,
similar to this wall.
I like the water.
oh, there's a wall on that side as well?
I did too.
Here. Adds a lot of character to the entrance.
Yeah, what I was creating on the front of it was for guests to park in front of the pool area and then be able to walk up. Actually, the pavers were in the pool area, so
That's
they
real
walk
safe
up.
when you leave after a dinner party.
Yes. Oops.
Probably a good thing you're getting rid of that pool.
So we are doing the channel lighting still and that stuff, but we did remove the pool.
Anything else we got? I think that's it. Motion to approve.
Mr. Edens,
Second,
second Ms. Gordon.
sorry.
All in favor? Any opposed?
No, no.
Oh, I thought I heard somebody.
You heard
me. Oh. Did you nay?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Oh,
join
then
in
we
as
go.
well on that.
Put me on there.
That's okay, yeah.
So 3?
Yeah.
So Mr. Vanessa and Mr. Jumper as well? You still win.
Thank you.
All right, 17th. Name for the record.
Tom Miller, Miller Design Services.
Swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I do.
Is this phase 2 of the previous one?
No, well, so the previous plan, actually, that was approved, had 6 units. So the board will be pleased to know we're going to 5 units, and just by way of explanation, the reason why that happened was because the loop road we had for the 6 units did not meet fire emergency vehicle access requirements. So, you know, we had this discussion a long time ago when Jim was here about these center drives, but that's almost a function of emergency services more than it is design on the property. So, having said that, the density has increased, the amount of open area has increased. Basically, these are going to be familiar houses that you see, but we'll have 2 along this main entry and 1 in the back, and you can see, well, just by that shading, the amount of open area.
So you've turned them sideways?
That's right, we had them sideways,
Last time? Basically 5 went to the end of the.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think, yeah, because,
Right.
yeah, we had those closer together, very
Yeah,
close,
okay.
you know, within, you know, code requirements, and then we had a road that kind of ran
Yeah,
like this, like a loop road.
Yeah.
Which is somewhat unfortunate because they've already named the road, so we're gonna have a straight road that's gonna be called something loop.
It has no loop.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's the approved address. So, end result is we have less building on the property, more open area, garden areas or, you know, open landscape areas off of what are, sliding, glass doors, onto this area.
But Tom, the only thing I'm trying to figure out is if we had room for number 5 to be in line with the other ones.
It's not because it's turned, and I'm just, I realize, can you go back to the,
If you turn it, then you're going to
no, it is,
exceed the
I'm sorry,
distance
it
the
is
truck can
turned
back
from
up.
the original.
Except for, you
Yeah,
can put a
these-
curb there and not allow the truck to go beyond that same line. And then the buildings would still be in line and you wouldn't have to stare at the side of the building from the.
No, but, no, it's actually not you mean the side of this building?
Yes.
All the way in the back?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, see, so you can see where the thing that makes this a little more unique than all the others that you've seen on the south is this is not in the DRC, the downtown redevelopment. So greater setbacks apply. So whereas the other ones, we had, I don't know, almost no setback required along the sides, but we had a 10-foot setback in the rear. We're 20 feet all the way around, which squished the developable area of that site, even though it's pretty much the same size as the others. Well, you can see, I couldn't turn that this
Oh, I
way
see the
because
dash
because
line.
I'm on the 20-foot
I
setback.
didn't see that dash line before.
Yeah, and being that it's in the back, it's not gonna be a highly visible, I don't think it'll be disorienting to somebody that's, driving along. And so, and then another thing is too, and we had this discussion on 7th, these are now, the balconies face towards the road. It has a little more of a front look to it than a side look, which had in the past.
And Tom, there's no fencing necessary here?
Well, we aren't proposing fencing now. The owners actually own the property, or the group, you know, these are all separate owned properties, but this parcel, they actually have ownership of and rent out to. So if we do some fencing, and then there's a parking lot to the east. So it's not like it's a congested area with a lot of you know, the only thing that's really on top, I say on top of this, it's close, is that large parking deck in the back. So our plans are right now, if they ever decide they want to go, then obviously we'll be before the board going for.
Tom, what side is facing that parking lot? Not the parking garage, the parking lot facing, I guess, towards Ocean Boulevard?
The parking lot is,
Exactly.
yeah, I'd be standing in the parking lot right here. This would be the back side. This is the street.
Yeah, that's the street.
Oh, I'm sorry, no, I'm sorry. Now, you're actually seeing the view from the parking lot.
That's the parking garage.
Yeah, where I'm standing
No,
would be the
not the
parking
parking
garage.
garage, the empty parking lot.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
over on this
that's
side.
over there, right?
Yeah. that's over
What's the
here.
sides of those buildings? I mean, is there anything to dress that up? Because that just looks, yeah, that's what you're looking at when you're in that parking lot, or.
Well, it's actually the opposite side. There you go, yeah. So along this side, you actually see the building front has a balcony to look out because this is really the only view that these guys are gonna have. And I mean, you know, we have a variety of material changes, from stucco to the siding to the color, so it's not a blank wall. In fact, actually, as you can see, we've put openings on that wall in order so that people do have an angle to the ocean, not just off of 17.
The initial purpose of those walls in the original designs was that was the front and sort of creating a front entrance to
Right, that's
the
right.
street.
To
And
draw
I think that
attention.
if there's anything missing on these, if you go back to the front entrance, that now you don't have that accent wall. Is this the front?
Right, this is
Yeah.
the front, but it
Yeah.
still reaches out to the street. If you're
Right.
seeing it in straight elevation, you don't sense it, but
But what I mean is it's an opportunity to actually enclose that parking underneath with another, or either wrap that around and really create a much nicer entrance and isolate those cars and give a base to those houses.
Yeah.
It's kinda-
we actually, in our early design phases, we had a wall across there, but the owners requested that it be open. If we were gonna do it, I think I would confine it just to the two street front ones, yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely, just.
And that's certainly an acceptable, language in the
I
motion.
can live with or without it. Just a suggestion.
That's quiet.
And I passed around the samples right, yeah, so you see what the colors are.
And FYI, your road name has been changed.
Yeah, place.
It's now Place, it's not.
Oh, it is,
No,
great, because because when I saw it circulate through the plan review, it said Luke, so I was glad.
I think it would be nice.
Did you? Good for you. It was a bit counterintuitive. I have to ask, I noticed that this highlighted was Scrivener's error. Is that because of the conceptual final
Yes.
thing? Okay.
Yeah.
That is the only error.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve with Mr. Benezer's suggestion of, in the front two units, bringing the wall facade around.
And just in that first bay, it doesn't have to.
Right, that's right. Well, the back bay is actually the building itself. I mean, this is actually the building back
Would you
there.
be using the same material that you're coming around with?
Yes, yeah, you see how we have the horizontally striated panel that we would do that.
Yeah.
The horizontals are like blue turned and the brown
No,
turned? or the
I
white?
think you're just talking the white. I'd rather see the contrast in the white.
Yes.
Because otherwise I get almost too busy with a blue plane out here and then this little.
Yes.
Just for clarification, Mr. Benez, when you say the first bay, you mean to that first
Right there where
column,
you see
not
the
all
red
the way to
car?
the road?
Yeah, just that's it.
Right.
Just that.
Right there,
And
there and there.
Closest to the
accent colored wall.
Yes.
Yes.
Just want to make sure.
Yep.
A language specialist over here clarifying.
I wasn't listening. All right, so that's your motion? That's your motion, Mr. Jerem?
Second.
Second, Mr. Edens? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right,
Okay, we were here last time on this one as a conceptual. Not a lot of changes. In fact, it was almost or inadvertently said motion to approve, but it couldn't
well,
because it was conceptual. But
I'm gonna
anyway, you guys
apologize.
get your second bite at the apple on this.
I'm going to apologize to you real quick, because I did not notice that the rear wall where the ladder accesses the roof is actually what's facing the entry drive. I was thinking that was towards the woods and not the entry drive.
Okay, well, I was very careful to explain it first of all, but let me expand on that.
Yeah, I just missed it. So.
Let me expand on that. First of all, because I know both between there's been some hand wringing on it, but this, again, it's a matter of safety. This is, the drive up is to come into this area and be able to come around in order to extend the stack, number one. Number two, it's not like we can mirror the building because this is a drive up, so you can't all of a sudden go from left-hand service to right-hand service. I would think it would be an interest in the board that this elevation present itself as the best elevation from Kings Highway rather than getting lost on this private frontage.
I would disagree with what you're saying. I think my concern is, one, can the roof access ladder be moved to an interior or to the side to clean that elevation up? And then two, in regard to the signage on the front of the building that's facing the woods, actually facing the building, I mean, you're not really going to see that from anywhere. So is there intent to bring signage to the rear of that building?
That'll have to ask the owner. We're not here for a sign, and you've told me that before, and I've mentioned it to him, so he has that opportunity. Just a couple of things on the access ladder. It's about the best spot because this fills this little alcove area. It's completely filled by the walk-in coolers that are behind there. And actually, what I would suggest, can you go to the landscaping plan? So, yeah, they didn't do it around there. Okay. What I think, we added this. A couple of things we did because of the board's suggestion. We pulled it back a little bit, this shelter area, and have an actual vegetative buffer between it and the road for safety concerns. And what I'm thinking is that we could do something similar to that, there's still a handicap entrance, and then maybe spot in, whether it's crepe myrtles or palms, or something to take your eye away from the ladder,
That would be
instead of having the ladder
Yes.
present itself front and center.
Right.
And I'd be more than happy to essentially do this same, in fact, I even drew it right here.
Right.
G3 apparently didn't pop that on there, but again, I could see a placement of 2 or 3, you pick it, palms or
Yeah.
myrtles to be out in front, and I think that softens that whole look.
I think the palm would be most appropriate there.
Okay,
Yeah, and I think that would be the best.
okay.
And I think 3, you're right.
So the ladder cannot be moved.
I mean,
Just asking.
it's possible it could go on this side right here.
Could it
It's
be
not
an
a normal
interior
location for it. No, there's not room to put up, not on the
So
wall.
where could it go on this side over here, Tom?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. If we're gonna put it anywhere, we could move it to this position right here.
I think that's always works.
Leave it where it's at.
Yeah, yeah,
Hide it.
yeah.
Yeah. Again, I think with a little bit of distracted focus on the landscaping, but again, the letter itself, you know, is gonna be painted the same as, it's not gonna be orange or something like that, so.
And Tom, you did use the Japanese yew or the podocarpus to create the living wall back by the outdoor dining space.
Is he showing podocarpus on the schedule? Because I didn't do the,
Yeah, because that's what Seth and I think both talked about, doing a living wall there.
Yeah, podocarpus, so you can go about 3 foot.
okay,
I'll show
I
that.
think he's shown the
He's
door,
just obvious, which is gonna be,
No, you don't need those. You want podocarpus.
okay, so change out the podocarpus, or change out the holly
Yeah,
to the podocarpus
Yes.
on that curve, and
Yes.
basically do the same thing on the other side?
yes, in the back, and then
Yes.
a few palm trees in there too, I guess.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Okay. Oh, and also, were your magnolias, are they limbed to the ground or are they tree
I
form?
can't tell you, let's see if there's more of a description than what's already there. I mean, it doesn't say multi-stem or anything, you know, if you wanna put a
I guess it's
condition on
Well, I
that.
guess it's something that can be adjusted as they grow, but
Yeah.
eventually they'll be growing out into the,
Probably wouldn't be a tree I would replace considering it's going into a drive aisle.
yeah, that was gonna be my point.
Well, but yeah, those all stay, because they're not within the lease,
Well,
the ground leased
I
area.
agree with Charles because
Two
that,
gems?
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. There are magnolias that are more of a vertical type because you're probably gonna get a canopy that's gonna become too wide
Right,
for those drive-throughs.
you say Little Gems do that?
Well, they'll be a lot more narrow. There's another type.
Swap the magnolias for little gems.
Yeah, I think that would be better.
Yeah.
So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, you need to change, I guess.
Okay.
And the only other,
are small too.
and the only other thing I saw in that one median that comes out there with the shrubbery on the sides, you might want to pull those all back to the hedge line because, and put maybe ground cover under that tree because you're kind of blocking the,
Okay, yeah, and you're worried about people backing up and not
Yeah,
seeing the outcome,
exactly.
especially from this side, this
Yeah,
person come out
just,
and
yeah,
blocked
just
by the
pull all
landscape.
those back and put some ground cover in
Can
these.
we make those adjustments, presuming if we get a thumbs up on this to work those things out with staff?
Yes, thank you. If they say it's good, I'm good. You said what?
coffee. Yeah.
Huh? Okay,
People need coffee.
sure. No problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
What'd you say?
I make a motion with the approvals, suggestions.
Okay, second.
All right, motion Mr. Jerem, second Mr. Edens, with the landscape modifications.
Yes.
All in favor? Any opposed? So moved.
Thank you, board. There's a sample board that was flying around.
Right there.
Okay, thank you.
Tiny homes?
Right here, right here.
Now, this is a good conceptual, right?
Both, I got two in a row, just conceptual.
Okay.
We'd rather get your input before any more money is spent in the engineering and design part.
Name for the record?
Robin Roberts.
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
As far as I know, it's been true.
I'm gonna say, I will say I would love your car choices and your renderings for the tiny homes.
Yeah.
Well, you know. So this is, used to be the Nathan's Hot Dogs. New owners, we came in before you guys and renovated it to Hungry Howie's. I think it looks a lot better. I hope the city's happy with the new ownership and their dedication to maintaining the property.
Good.
This was a piece in the back that had an old hotel on it that the city had to fight with the previous owner and finally forced me to tear it down. And the new owners would like to put some type of residential piece on there. And this is what I talked them into. I thought it would be a good fit for the community, for the property, and for what is behind it. You kind of have a house with an apartment and a garage in the back and things like that heading towards the beach. So that's what we're here to get a conceptual review for. We were ready for conceptual final, however, this piece is zoned differently than this, although it's one lot. And city staff has asked that we rezone it as one type of zoning before they could give a final approval. I begged them to let me get a conceptual approval before we spend the money doing the rezoning.
Charles, we've seen this, certain concepts back in this lot, back in the day. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
I mean,
Yeah, you're probably looking at like 12 years.
yeah, it was probably when I came on the board. Maybe. And I mean, I think at that time, we shot it down, and it was not because of design, I think it was use.
It was used. I think originally what you guys saw was they tried to revamp the existing building.
Right.
We did see
But
that.
and then they wanted to add this.
Yeah. Yeah,
But it was
the
used.
previous owner wanted to turn the old hotel into apartments for
Yeah.
J1
But
visas.
it was similar
He
use.
was jamming them in there.
Oh, I know,
The zoning would allow for short term, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
And is that the intent of these, short term?
You know, I don't really know. One of the owners is here. I don't know if it's for employees.
No, it is not intended for short term.
Your name for the record?
Miroslav Yanaki.
You swear to tell the truth, whole truth,
Yes,
nothing but the
sir.
truth?
Currently, our plans are not including any short-term usage of this property.
I knew there was a conversation of possibly creating a condo association for the entire property so that they could sell these to retirees if they wanted to.
I'm just not sold on it personally, in general, the whole concept. I mean, I know I was opposed to it at that time. And even, I think it was apartments at one time, and I think you may have presented it, but, or no?
No,
Okay.
no,
And there was tiny homes at that time
I had a
too.
falling out with that.
And I think it was just, you know, even across, not only here, but all across Myrtle Beach, every square inch is being developed. And there's houses and lots being subdivided to build these certain concepts. And I just don't feel that this concept or this particular project that
I mean, I'm somewhat
So
agree.
aesthetically, the property right
yeah,
beside it
aesthetically,
is a house that's divided into two, and then a garage with so there's 3 residential units
Yeah.
right next to this.
So this is one lot, Hungry Howie's and this?
Yeah, it's currently one lot
Yeah,
with
it's
2
one
pieces
lot,
of
but it's
zoning on
split
it.
And then when you
used to be
combine
two
it,
separate
what's
lots.
the new zoning, multi-use,
It was, the front is highway commercial, the back is NUH. Which both
Where do they
allow
wanna go
this.
to?
Highway commercial.
Well, how can
They
you
both
put
allow it.
residential?
Oh, commercial allows residential.
Oh,
Yeah, so both the zoning
They
types.
both allow short term, they both allow multifamily.
But what we did, the current dumpster pad comes off the street, we reoriented it to the interior to comply with current zoning.
is there gonna be any barrier in between the Hungry Howie's parking lot and then these houses, or they're just basically in the parking lot?
They will be part of the
Yes,
parking lot.
you can see where the cars are.
It's just not very compatible
It's not.
uses between the
No.
commercial
No, it's
and
not.
the tiny
That's a
home
good transition.
Yeah.
with no transition in
Right.
the use.
The intent of MUH was to bring the pedestrian traffic into a commercial space, but more harmoniously than this, and it's kind of leftover of what that.
Well, they will want to use their property for something,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
give a suggestion on how to use
Well,
it,
don't know.
other than grass.
Don't know.
That's what's there now, grass and weeds.
There's nothing wrong.
They originally asked me to design some townhouses, and I scaled it down to this.
What's the dimensions of those?
320 square.
322 meters square.
Less
What's
than
the
the size of
dimensions
a
of them?
garage. It's not
Oh,
close.
Yeah, it is.
My bad.
I'm not sure. There might be
15
some-
by 20 maybe?
They're basically a living room with a kitchen and a bedroom, and the bedroom is open to.
I mean, the
So
concept,
it's a fully open space inside?
There's a wall, but there's no door.
Is there a loft?
No.
I mean, I'm all for
It's a-
tiny
it's a
homes,
studio.
but I think the two pieces together just doesn't work here.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
have a visual problem with the architecture. I think for a tiny home, they're designed very well for what they are. Again,
The challenge is you're sticking them in a commercial parking lot.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's,
With
that's,
no barrier
yeah,
between.
if they were to
Yeah,
have some
it's just-
separation, it would be different.
We don't have room for a barrier.
Yeah, that's just what they have.
And the reality is that I see the parking really, that's.
I mean, most of
either-
their business is delivery, so they have more parking than they need.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's
So
more
without a
parking than
variance, we
necessary
can't
even
get
for
rid of that
those
parking.
apartments. Meaning some of them will end up being employee parking or whatnot.
Yeah, and if we could get a variance to eliminate some of that parking, we could certainly, do a sidewalk off the side street, landscape it a little bit better, but right now, we have every parking spot required.
The parking right now is always tied to a sit-down restaurant, because the building could be utilized for sit-down.
Right.
We have a different requirement for takeout only. Um,
I guess what I was saying is if these parcels are not combined,
Yeah.
that
It's
parking.
one parcel.
Is there not a green
It-
space?
There's no
somewhere?
combination, it's one parcel right now today. It's
Right.
two zoning
Two zoning
districts,
districts.
but it's one parcel.
They just will change the zoning.
Eventually, we fix you one parcel, one zone.
I think I agree. I think,
And there can be accessory
Right.
parking for, have a commercial.
Yeah, you can have an accessory lot. The one we ever talked about is the RMH.
RMH.
They meet code right on the money
Right.
for both uses for
Okay.
what they're proposing, so that's
Okay.
why it's here in front of you.
Yeah,
I
no,
see.
what I'm basically saying is the parking on the apartment side, only 3 of them are needed for the apartments, the rest of them are there to satisfy the commercial.
Yeah,
Which is
Yeah.
basically the 3 compact spaces that they're.
right, these on
Yeah.
the end.
right,
The tiny homes
right.
requirement, because it's one, assume 1 bedrooms and 1 parking
One per
space.
700.
Yeah.
Yeah, these aren't for families, it'd be like retirees or a young couple.
Conceptual.
Yeah, so I don't know where, never been in this situation before. Architecturally, there's no opposition to the design.
Go back to them.
It meets zoning requirements, so it's, the pushback is just, it's in the back of a restaurant's parking lot.
It's more than that, I mean, the harmonious use of it brings about a lot of questions that we generally address. For example, when we do multifamily, we always ask where the dumpster is gonna go, how the tenants will use it. Over here, you have one dumpster for both uses,
There'll be 2 dumpsters in the same pad, one
In
for
the same
cardboard
pad.
recycling and then one for everything
but
else.
for everyone's use
Yeah.
simultaneously.
Yeah.
It's just
Including the restaurant.
a
The
lot of-
item that we are having trouble with, for your reference, is 604A2, relation of proposed buildings
Right.
to the environment. Does not relate harmoniously to terrain or existing buildings in the vicinity,
Right.
or create a focal point with respect to avenues of approach, terrain, features, or other structures.
And then 604.
So I don't know how to fix that without getting a variance for
64.8,
this
yes.
parking.
The
Which
use.
one?
And then the next one, 3.
Well, yeah, I mean, provide a safe and convenient pedestrian or vehicular traffic circulation, parking area to tracks, design, proposed building, structure, or from neighboring properties. And then you're kind of almost to the special features where you're talking about the buildings are incongruous with the neighboring properties. So there's several items here other than architectural design.
Sure. Can we go to the second one?
I think the bottom
If
line.
we could lose this, I could make this very attractive. But
Well, you wouldn't be in front of the board if you lost that.
that would be getting rid of like 7 parking spaces.
Then you wouldn't be cut.
Right.
Right.
I mean, we appreciate the fact you want to use up all, use your property to your fullest extent, but the two uses are not compatible because there's no separation.
Yeah, I think it was represented to them that they could put some type of residential on the back when they purchased the property. So I guess that's what they're wrestling with now, is how to maximize their investment.
Agents.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
that's,
I
yeah,
can't blame the owners either, because I would look at it as, what can I do with it?
Yeah.
At NUH, if they decide to put single family on it, for example, would that come in front of the board?
I mean, this would be anything you're gonna add to a commercial lot,
Well, I mean, it's currently NUH.
But before you buy anything,
But the
you
problem
should
is
research.
they
what
cannot,
parcel
they
though.
can't subdivide
Oh,
this.
it's still, because they
It's
still
part-
have to come
They
regardless.
can't subdivide this and get to a setback to be able to put anything on it. The only way this
Right.
parcel can be developed today
So
is
it's
by
it's
leaving
under
it
our
one
purview
parcel.
no matter what they put on it.
Yes.
So the only way they can really,
That's an
it's
important
create a
question.
separation, it's by either a landscaping barrier or
Which
something.
then they
that-
They don't
would
have
meet
room
their
for
parking
it.
requirements
Yeah.
also the commercial building.
Right.
That would require variance.
Or either one unit with a
Right.
parking. You know, you may have to go down to something less than 3 units there and create a separation.
I think the parking that's on the site now is required for
Yeah.
the restaurant no matter what. What they're
Right.
adding
Oh, so
here
they
is
have
the
to have
3
all the
compact
together parking
spaces
space.
for the 3 units.
To meet code,
If
everyone.
you separate the parcels, you can have those parking spaces on the other portion?
Could separate it.
Oh, you can't separate them.
Right.
Yeah.
We're trying to solve some of the problems, like the current dumpster location, clean that up to meet current zoning, stuff like that. But in doing so, we're also trying to get permission to maximize the use of the property,
I mean, tiny homes as a concept are great, but it may be just not in this location.
not looking at the back of a restaurant.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the challenge.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
really
that's,
is.
you know, that may be their challenge to find somebody who's interested in living there,
That would be-
Absolutely.
That might be a challenge, yes.
but are we to stand in their way for testing it themselves in their own?
You're a good salesman.
Are those?
You actually can stick,
I
you
guess
can meet
we
the
are.
parking and create a separation, you just loop around and come in, and the parking is still
Is that
part
the
of
queue,
it.
those blocks, or those the cars?
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
I designed this
Oh, that's
years and
the
years ago
drive.
when
But
it
I
was
mean,
Nathan's.
so that, there really isn't a drive aisle to get to those parking spots to begin with, is there?
Yeah,
There
it's
it
just
is.
part of the drive-through.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, you guys used to drive.
Like if there's
through
cars in
No.
the drive-through,
No.
Everything's
Yeah,
just
I was gonna
takeout
say,
now
you're stuck in.
and delivery, right?
I go through that drive-through.
Okay, there's one.
I love Hungry Howie's, so. I had it the other night
Yeah. Well, they've done a great job in.
until they tell me to pull around and go back out to the street and wait for it to be done.
I mean, you can see it looks way better than it used to. They've been cleaning the property, keep taking care of the landscaping.
Any additional comments? This is conceptual.
No,
I
I
don't
think
know
we said
which
everything.
direction, I'll be honest with you, it's something that personally, I'm speaking for myself, it's something that I'm gonna have to contemplate before it comes back for the
Sure,
final.
this is just
I can't
conceptual,
tell
we
you
just want
that.
your feedback.
Right, but
I wanna make sure
I wish I
before
could give you
things-
feedback of how you could come back on a final and get an approval, but I
Yeah.
don't think that I'm there yet.
As their architect, I can't recommend they spend any more money.
I understand.
This
Oh,
is
yeah,
the-
that's
This is the
not.
feedback. So,
Once again, I feel for the constraints of it, but once again, trying to stick homes in a commercial parking lot, that'd be the same thing as, I kind of think of it as sticking tiny homes in the parking lot of Target or Lowe's or Home Depot just because you got the extra parking spaces. You wouldn't see that happening.
well, it is in California, but they have.
Well, there's a lot of things wrong with California, so.
That's right.
They
We're not there yet.
They are encouraging you to put apartments on the roofs of Walmarts.
Yeah, I don't think we want to be anything like California, so, I just, that's a harmonious use compatibility that I'm struggling with, and once again, I feel for the constraints of the property, but same time, you said it yourself, you designed the parcel and the building, and didn't leave enough room back there for something else, unfortunately.
Well, when I
Originally.
first designed this, there was a hotel here that was gonna get renovated. That was that owner's plan. We all know we all had difficulties with that particular owner.
Yep.
And now we have some new owners who are significantly more responsible property owners.
I mean, I agree, they're doing a much better job of maintaining the property, it looks a lot better.
And we
And the
currently
use
have,
is a lot better, I love it, it's just, once again, it's the challenge is walking out your front door into the parking lot in the back of a restaurant establishment, I mean.
Yeah,
it's just-
I wouldn't wanna live there, but I'm not a young college couple or a retiree that's just found something affordable and can walk to the beach. There's probably a market for everything.
My only suggestion to you is to come back in maybe a couple of meetings as everybody has the opportunity to noodle this over for another conceptual review before spending any more money, and see if the opinion has changed. That's all I can really.
I don't know what the likelihood of getting a variance to remove some of the required parking. Staff already had to waive 2 spots just for the dumpster relocation. But if that's a possibility, I can certainly make that a lot more attractive and create more of a visual barrier between the two. But right now, that's the setback line.
Yeah.
I don't think DCA is that flexible.
no, I don't think they will be, no.
I think we need time to noodle it.
How would you feel with a single structure here that had multiple units in it? That's kind of tucked back in the corner. Would that be more appealing?
I think it starts to get its own little space a
Yeah,
little bit better,
it might be it would be better, yeah. It would.
but I can't, without kind of seeing it or knowing, it's kind of
We're
hard.
just talking now.
I
Yeah.
thought about it before, you're gonna use up all 4 of those spots, I don't know that you'll have enough parking for that. It's definitely a better corner, it isolates it a bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't even figured out how to solve the parking with that.
I don't know if there's any other way to solve it.
Yeah, but,
It's much more palatable if it's isolated like that.
well, that's why I asked for conceptual, because, again, it's trying to be a good steward of my client's money and time.
Yep,
Of course.
we get it. All right,
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
thank you. Crow's nest.
Crow's nest?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Easy now.
It's here?
So now I represent the architect and the owner.
Okay.
This is a property a friend and I bought years ago. If you remember, Time Out used to be there, kind of a Myrtle Beach institution. And this is what we would like to put there.
Wow.
But before we spend any more money going any further, we would like your conceptual thoughts and concepts.
But this is down,
Fits
what,
there?
6 floors, you
Yes.
said?
Well, it's a 0 lot line property.
Right.
I did pull off of it a little bit just to be able to build it. Because you can't really build a wall right next to another wall,
Right.
but not by a lot. We didn't pull off by a lot.
Uh-huh.
And then the balconies do overhang the property line, but that is allowed.
Uh-huh.
Rendering throw you off because the rendering doesn't depict the location.
Right.
It's,
And it'll be 1 story less.
Maybe. Currently.
Well, this says it's 6 floors instead of 7.
Yes, it's an 80-foot limit. I put a restaurant on the top, so that makes it over 80 feet.
okay, let me challenge you.
I love it.
Sell us on why you think that this is an appropriate use of this property.
Oh, I have lots of reasons. One,
Okay.
go back to the, so this whole floor would be available for retail, art gallery, something that fits the art district. We would just rent that. In the very back, we would have some management offices that I would probably leave my architecture rented to. The top floor restaurant, which would totally fit the art district with hopefully great views. And then the apartments, there's 4 apartments per floor, 1 bedroom with an awesome balcony, 2 smaller 1 bedrooms, and then a 2 bedroom in the back. And our original plan was to make 80% of the apartments subsidized for school teachers, firemen, and police officers to help the city with recruiting.
Well, that's commendable, yeah.
Plus, we think they'd be great tenants, because they'd be city employees or at least school board employees. We wouldn't have to worry about, maintenance as much. And then the rest of them would be market rate, whatever we can get. But it brings in residents, which you need for a thriving walking community, which I think is part of one of the things we'd like to see in the arts district.
I think that's what you really need down in that area to
Make it
jumpstart it, is
Yeah.
residents in that
Yeah,
area.
It's
So I
what the
think- I
downtown
think it's a great-
redevelopment board is pushing for.
I think it's a great use.
It's just, for me, I just struggle that it dwarfs
just
absolutely
a
everything
little
around
Yeah,
it.
that's
but-
my-
Oh, it will for now.
That's
For
fine.
now.
For now,
Yeah,
but it
That's
could
true.
encourage everybody to go
Yeah,
vertical
that's-
on top
that's
of
what I
theirs
was-
as well,
yeah,
which
it-
is kind
it
of the
could do
point
that.
of that
I
district.
mean, even with the design that they have across the street, when the realignment happens in the library and whatever, the housing, whatever happens, I think it fits full in line. And I think it, like Mr. McCoy said, it encourages those
Yeah.
businesses down there
That's
to
true.
I have
do
been
something
trying
of
for
this.
years to
Just
buy
to
the
prove
neighborhood
their-
property.
Yes.
Every time we agree on the price, he changes it.
Something's got to
Yeah,
jumpstart.
it does.
And that
That
could
do it
be
right
the
there.
very thing that
But
jumpstarts.
if we ever purchase that, just imagine this gets flipped over. and
Oh, yeah,
it's
it
twice
would
the
be,
size.
Yeah, that would
That's why
be,
the elevator and stair stack is placed here, so we could continue that.
well,
continue on.
everything has to start somewhere, and that might, maybe that is the case.
Where's the parking?
That's
Yeah,
exactly what I was
that-
gonna
Not
say.
required,
Not required in there.
Yeah, not required, but where would be the closest?
It's right behind it.
Public lots, pavilion
Public
garage.
lots connected to this.
But how many total units, how many spaces would you
Well, right now, 24
ideally need?
is a 6-story. 24 if we only get 6 floor apartments, 28 if we can get a variance for the extra floor.
So maybe you need 30-some parking spaces?
Basically, it takes up that whole.
Well, plus hopefully you got a
Yeah.
successful restaurant.
There's a big parking lot going across the street as well in some in the future.
Yeah, that's true.
It'll be like any real city. Find a place to park.
Well,
Yeah,
that's true.
It's not realistic.
I mean, I've lived in Boston twice. I know the pain.
Well, it's getting there. Every parking lot that used to be free is now gone to pay.
So 1, 2, 3,
So,
4,
I mean,
5, 6.
there's very few lots that are not getting ready to be paid parking.
These
What's the dimension on this lot? What are the dimensions on this lot? Really?
It's about 3,200 square feet.
Was it
What is
30-some
the-
by
Well, there you go.
Oh my God.
38 by 130.
There you go.
38.
I don't think the elevation.
I think the elevation is off, that's basically what it
Yes.
said. I don't think that's representative.
I've designed it right onto this
Well, you have more than 38 on that side, that's 50 on that side?
and sent it to the.
Yeah, 50 on the
And
front.
that's what we're looking at, is that 50 side, okay.
No, you're still.
No, we're
at
looking at
it.
this
Look
one.
that.
We're looking at that side?
Yeah,
Look at
Yeah.
that corner right there.
well,
That's a neighboring building.
the illustration is kind of
Well, it's a
deceiving.
one-bedroom apartment.
There's a street.
So we're looking at,
You got
really,
25
we're looking
foot.
at a
rendering
related
is
building
from here.
essentially.
It
Rendering
is.
this.
And they have no setbacks.
Once again, if he was able to get the building next door and mirror it, the massing of it would be much more appropriate than what it is
Agreed.
Yeah.
That is that
kind
corner.
of now.
Yes.
Robin, it just throws me off because the door itself has to be at least 3 feet. So you got 2 doors there, that's 6.
This is a cut at an angle.
Understood. But you start looking at a window then compared to that door, so that window looks like a 4-foot window
They're 18-inch windows.
on the bottom,
I mean, this is 50 feet.
like going down the side.
That's the 50-foot
You're saying
size?
that's
30
18
foot side,
Yeah.
32 foot side.
But you're,
The survey shows that as 38.
I mean, 38. I'm sorry.
38, the
Yeah.
backside's 50.
Yeah, and then this is cut at an angle.
Oh, this whole front.
You have my floor plan?
I just feel the back is longer than the 130.
It's probably, some of it's in the perspective of it
Elevations.
as
So
well.
there's the 2 buildings next door. This is the piece that L's in the back.
Mhm.
And this is the piece you're looking at, and again, that's cutting back at an angle.
Okay. And, okay, so whole
And if you
top
can go to the
floor,
floor plan.
exterior restaurant.
I pull it up, we don't put floor plans in.
Okay, that's fine.
you envision this as apartments?
Yeah, and I have an elevator and a staircase here, and an elevator and a staircase in the back. This elevator will only go to the roof. The one in the back will go to all the floors.
I think we need these kind of apartments downtown if they're affordable.
Oh, there we go. That's the rooftop. You see the 2 elevators and the 2 stair stacks. That was an older concept. There's the apartments.
Are they 1 bedroom?
3 of them are 1 bedroom, the back one is 2 bedroom.
bedroom.
This is
Two
the,
bedrooms in
this
the
is the retail space, and you can see where that angle cuts across. That can- So the doors are there, it's just the angle.
I think the other thing is, just making it a little wider, is the balconies overhanging the property line as well,
Yes,
giving it more
that's true.
width than what you actually have there as well.
And these doors are designed to completely open up, so the entire living room opens up to the balcony.
So
So what happens when you're coming over budget? You come back and want to modify?
Well, we're here to get your comments first.
Well, yeah, so what kind of materials are you talking about to do this, Robin?
So this is stucco.
briefly
This
discuss
would be
internally
drainable stucco.
something that is very relevant to this project.
This would be a wood
Project in this
rain
case.
screen or a ceramic to look like wood
Right.
rain screen.
The project like this would get approved.
What little bit of actual roofing we have will be metal roofing, it'll be black in color.
We tend to sort of respect our
And then these would be frameless
things
glass
change
railings.
constantly downtown.
And then the windows, as you
Very
see, there's
hesitant
no
to say
mullions, it's
yes,
just frames with black.
in
black
perpendicular, it would have to literally be
What
conditioned
kind of
all the
balcony
time
railings
that
are
we've
you
seen
looking
these
at?
Say glass.
Glass
Say
with
there's clear glass.
Yeah, it's hard to see. It's
Well, it's conceptual.
Sell it to somebody
But
else.
you do pretty high-end,
3 years,
high-end
and we're
construction,
committed to
it's
it.
pretty high-end
Kind of a-
material.
The interiors are gonna be loft-like,
Loft-like.
concrete
I know what we
floors,
typically
Yeah.
do.
exposed
We're not-
structure, exposed ductwork.
I like that.
Yeah. I've been trying to do that for
There-
over 20
There's
years.
nothing.
I know, I
we have to
love it.
recertify something.
I think it's so appropriate to the area
It's
too.
been hard to get any clients to agree to it, so I said, I'll just have to do it myself.
Well, hey, good for you. I mean, I think it would be
So
great.
in terms of this design, I agree with what Mr. Benezra is saying. There's a lot of stuff that changes very quickly downtown. I think this is one of those projects where if it were to be approved based on what you're showing us, there would be very, very, very little room for coming back and asking for modifications based on budget constraints.
We haven't even gotten
I'm-
to
that's-
concept,
I'm just-
we're just conceptual right now.
And we're just conceptually telling you what our challenges will be in the future.
So you haven't ran any numbers yet?
Oh,
And-
I've got a
and
number.
the other thing to consider is where a lot of things come back for sort of recertifications, and we kind of just go with it based on approval, where this downtown redevelopment area is changing constantly. We would look at this project every time completely independent of what was previously approved, and as it relates to the current environment or the current projections of what's happening downtown. I think right now, this lines up perfect with what the projections are for downtown.
Right.
Next year, you never know what that's going to
Well,
look
I'm
like.
talking to investors, and I'm hoping to get a public-private partnership. That's why to make that subsidized housing thing
Yeah.
possible.
Right.
But before anybody wants to spend any more money, they want to know that
It's possible.
we don't spend all that
Yeah.
money, spend $400,000 and come in here, and you guys like hate it.
Right.
I think what you're showing
We
us
don't
right
hate it.
now
We
is
don't hate
possible.
it. Yeah, we don't hate it.
Yeah, I think it's possible.
I think it's designed well, it's great. It's
And
a little challenge on the massing of its side compared to the other buildings, but, and I don't know that you should pursue an extra floor if you want to know my honest opinion. I think
It's just
it's big enough, I know.
the-
Visually,
I can tell
it's
you
big
that
enough.
the goal is to make 80% of the housing generate 30% of the income required to service the debt and maintain the property. So that the remaining 20% of housing and the 2 commercial spaces float the other 70%. That's the dream, to make the subsidized part work. And the subsidized would include those tenants would get the space plus their utilities all included in one price.
I appreciate your vision. I'm glad you have the guts to try it.
Look, myself and my partner in this property, we born and raised here. We care. We didn't leave. We got our educations around the world and came back here. This is where we're gonna die. So we do care about what we do personally. I know I come in here sometimes with projects and I'm just kind of like, this is what the client asked for. But this one's mine. And I do
Yeah,
care
well,
a lot
that makes a
about
big
shows.
difference. It does.
Pretty.
It is. It is.
I know you got a number, and I know you're talking subsidized housing. What you're telling us, I'm just trying to be clear from my personal opinion. I know, personal experience, I put them on my door, on my house. I know what the nano walls cost per foot. Especially when you talk about taking the entire corner nano wall where it fully
There are
opens.
other manufacturers.
They are, well, they are very expensive.
They can be, but I'm a creative architect. There are
So-
other manufacturers.
You're selling us on it.
Yeah, yeah. I know what you're saying.
I've got to deliver on it.
I built a house in the Dunes Club and I used NanoWall, and it was shipped from Europe, and it was incredibly expensive, but you can also source it in North America for half the price.
I did, but it's still $1,500 a foot.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's hard when you're talking low-income housing.
Well,
That's
good
why-
luck pursuing this. It'd be nice to get
Yeah.
somebody to get something started down
It
there.
would
We're
be.
hoping the Arts District will work so that the rent here and the rent up here will be big enough to work.
Takes people to believe in it, so thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Robert.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate your time.
Okay.
Hopefully next time you see that project, we'll be ready to come out.
All right, Lauren, mixed use. Name for the record.
Jerry Wallace of Mizzou Wallace Architects.
Will you tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do,
All right, conceptual review.
just conceptual. The gentleman that operates Sugar Light and New Bistro has put in a combination shopping center and short-term rental on the property. Retail units facing Highway 17. The apartments on just upper floors on the back side. There's a PUD back here. They really haven't developed that particular parcel of the PUD, but it's just, we're assuming it's gonna be residential, so at least the apartments will have a view of something decent, other than the backside of Outback Steakhouse.
And Jerry, how many apartments are there?
16,
16.
2 and 3 bedroom.
The front facade is quite intricate. Tell us a little more.
7 retail spaces, hopefully, and each one has a slightly different facade. Materials are mainly stucco, large format tiles here and here, stucco again, more tiles. The apartment barely stick up over the back, because the facade is a bit higher than the ceiling in there. Don't worry about the signage, because I haven't leased anything yet, so it's gonna be different.
Right.
But I guess the question on the signage, I know we're not looking at signage, but is that kind of the preferred placement of signage? I guess from my standpoint, it's a very,
Well, the owner has this franchise, so we stuck it on there to make him happy. But hopefully, more high dollar type of stores. And they are fairly small spaces, so we don't expect any big boxes to move in or anything.
Just kind of boutique shops.
Right.
Jerry, on
And
the
a burger
site plan, where do you plan on putting the freestanding sign? Or it won't help them?
We got several spots we can find a spot. We don't want it very large, because then it'll hide the shops themselves.
So this is conceptual, right?
This this is just conceptual.
So, I think it's important to make the same qualification to this design as we did previous design right before you, and that is when this thing starts being built and the budgetary constraints start kicking in and the design starts dwindling away, it's going to present a challenge for us. I like what we see here, and we'd expect that level of detail in the actual production of it, rather than it being starting to be dialed back and made worse by budgetary constraints.
Yeah, is
So
Sam,
I would tie in production feasibility to the design before we give a final approval, because we're trying to hold the client more accountable and the builder more accountable to the original design these days.
Well, one thing about this,
It's beautiful.
this will be built for sure. If we run into budget problems, that's the first thing that's gonna go, the apartments in the back.
In regards to the apartments, the only issue I have with them, I do like the design, I think it's a departure from what we have, but I have a problem with the fact that it's really floating. There's a lot of openness on the bottom, and I wish we could find a way to ground a bit more, and perhaps it's just a matter of completing that blocking, that you have the tan on the bottom to kind of create more of an anchor. Yeah, no, I'm not even talking about closing the space underneath, but you're going right to a balcony there, and it kind of looks open.
Yeah, well, that's driving, the right-hand hour goes through to the next thing. As I said, the guy that wants to develop this is operating the places next door.
Yeah.
He actually had us put in a little more parking, hoping that his whole complex will draw more people in. This is just the loop coming out. We can't close it off on the backside, except for this one driveway here.
I think even without closing it, grounding the building a bit more by having something even just a slightly lower.
Reducing
Oh,
the
you
clearance.
Yeah, reducing the clearance and
Bigger
creating a
band.
band there just to create some sort of base for this, because it's really,
Understood.
yeah, what
It's
kind
really
of clearance
floating.
you think you have there now, Jerry?
it looks
12
pretty tall.
feet.
Yeah, it's
Well,
tall.
okay.
In regard to the shops, I know you're nowhere close to that, but I got two concerns. One, everything next door got put on the ground, seen from the parking lot from a mechanical standpoint. If they go on the roof here, you're gonna be staring at all the mechanical equipment from that very first apartment and second apartment. So what's your thoughts for how to handle your mechanical for this building and disguise it?
Well, hopefully most of it will go tight behind this facade. You can see very high facade facing the highway. All the views are this way. This is actually a little eyebrow wall, so it kind of forces the view that way for anybody on the balconies anyway.
So, Jerry, on
You have room between the two.
is the last wall, is that a solid wall on the last unit?
Yes.
Yeah, it shows better here. The same thing is.
Okay.
right
Now,
there.
but that whole unit that way, that whole wall is solid this direction, so you.
Oh, yeah.
So you,
That's-
so you
yes.
do kind of form a little area where you could actually put the utilities where people would not see them.
Most of it.
Okay.
I mean, if
Yeah.
the end space is supposed to be a restaurant, that kitchen's gonna be in the back, your kitchen
Yeah.
exhaust, makeup, air,
Yeah.
all that's gonna be right there on the back of the building.
yeah.
Of course, we could also put in a internal parapet right here.
Right.
Interesting. Duck it towards the front. There's a few things you can do, it's just one of those concerns that
Yeah.
as it goes forward in its design, I just don't want it to be a afterthought, and you stick it wherever you can, and who cares? But
Hopefully not. Because we have been what we expect for the units on the apartment. We can do something on the front as well.
don't want exposed chiller lines running down the side of a parking garage scenario again.
That's a true.
But I know you all are very considerate when it comes to, and this is just conceptual, but those are things you're gonna have to figure out, I think.
Coolers is the next thing, so,
Where are they?
Cooler for food use.
For the burger joint?
Yeah.
That stuff definitely is gonna have to be inside the main structure. That's a burger joint, it's a fancy restaurant.
Yeah.
Dumpster's going.
So that's for all the apartments and all the retail.
We hope so.
Would you guys want
As I
the
said, the
access points
apartments
like
are-
you've been asking for, where you have that side chute so you can walk in?
Oh, yeah, Jerry, we've been trying to do that where we don't have to keep the front doors open all the time. Where we're doing a side entrance.
Pedestrian walk.
We can do that.
Pedestrian, yeah, entrance.
Pull us out some and either one
Yeah.
on either side.
Exactly.
I think the concept is great.
It is.
I really do. Like it's been said, as you know, I don't think the board wants to hear, it costs too much, we need this done, we need to reduce this. I mean, I think your mechanical units is gonna be important, how do you cover that up? Even a little bit from the 17 side, because that property sits up the higher than the rest of the units. So that would be a little concern on the outback side, I think it is, according to that. So, I mean, like I said, it looks beautiful. I think the important things, one of the things Mr. McCoy said is the signage, and not only the freestanding sign, but the signage on the buildings. That really needs to be thought through. And because what you're showing right now, it just seems like a hodgepodge of everywhere. So I think that really needs to be considered in whatever the, whoever the tenants come in. So, but I think the concept is great.
Thank you.
I think the facade is actually really nice, and I think the detail is really nice. I mean, it would be something that's not been seen in Myrtle Beach yet.
Yeah, we might need a retaining wall, but
Very likely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do have that height challenge like the other units.
There already is a short retaining wall down here, we probably match that.
Yeah.
Give you some context, those retaining walls weren't shown on the original projects, and they had to come back in as afterthoughts, so they're wanting to go ahead and put
with
that
some
in.
railings and lighting and everything else, which also plays into the freestanding sign placement. It's one of these, it's virgin site.
Yeah.
The argument we are not going to accept in here is, oh, I need a taller sign so you can see it because the car is parked next to it.
No, we may have different things, but like I said, I prefer a lower sign advertising. The complex itself.
We'll require a lower sign, but once again, we don't want the argument to be you can't see it because the adjacent cars are blocking the visibility of it. So,
Understood.
The two parcels beside just finished recently, so they're very fresh in our minds.
Yeah,
It's
true.
and when you say same owners, same comments.
Yes.
Perks yours a little bit.
The sight lighting as well, because we've had issues with, yeah.
And building lighting. Needs to be
building
thought
lighting.
through. It's not, they're trying to light the bistro with floodlights and landscape lightings and things like that because they didn't put exterior building lights on it when they thought about building it. So these are the challenges that we've experienced on the adjacent parcels that needs to be thought through as this project moves forward.
But overall, it's beautiful.
It is.
We hope that you
Very
can
nice.
accomplish this.
Yeah, I hope you can accomplish it. I hope Stan will put his money where his mouth is.
It's hard to get out of it, man.
I know, you never know.
You too.
Anything else?
I think that's it.
Thank you.
Thanks for your
Thank you.
advice.
Thanks, Jerry.